working. There we go. Purpose and duty. All evidence points to Anise as the Protoss killer. The agents who finish their investigation gather in front of the emergency escape capsule. Nika appears recovered enough to stand on her own without help from anyone around her.
만화경의 부하장과 인근 소형 카오스의 분석 데이터를 발견했습니다.
We found analysis data on the Kaleidoscope hatchery, nearby small chaos.
애초에 만화경의 부하장으로 향하던 함선이라 이상할 건 없지만 아네스의 소지품과 함께 발견된 점이 수상해요.
It makes sense given that the ship was headed for the Kaleidoscope hatchery to begin with, but it's suspicious that it was found together with Anise's belongings.
아네스는 처음부터 여기 올 목적으로 블루 팔코노에 몰래 탑승한 걸까요?
Did Anise board the SS Blue Falcon in secret from the start, with the intent of coming here?
저는 카오스에게 관련된 제국 기밀 보고서를 찾았거든요.
I found a classified Imperial report related to the Chaos Core.
아이언레이는 접근 권한이 없는 문서라 아네스가 직접 가져온 게 분명해요.
It's a document the Iron Ring doesn't have clearance to access. Anise must have brought it herself.
실종된 버스트 명단도 발견했어.
I also found a list of missing Protoss.
최근 제국에 보고되었다던 실종자는 전부 X표가 칠해져 있더라고.
Every missing person recently reported into the Empire had an X marked over them.
사망 당시의 모습을 촬영한 사진도 붙여뒀던데 대부분이 카오스 핵 인근에서 촬영된 것처럼 보였어.
Photos at the time of death were attached as well. Most of them appeared to have been taken near the Chaos Core.
물증은 명확하네.
Physical evidence is clear.
아네스가 이동한 위치로 유력한 장소는 카오스 핵 인근이야.
Slightly reason for Anise to have moved to somewhere near the Chaos Core.
만약 근처에 없다고 해도 카오스 핵 정화를 통해 시야가 확보되면 추적을 이어갈 수 있어.
Even if she's not in the vicinity, once we purify the Chaos Core and clear a line of sight, we can continue tracking her.
소형 카오스이니만큼 정화 자체는 큰 문제 없을 거야. 그렇지 함장?
Since it's a small chaos, the purification itself shouldn't be a major issue, right, Captain? Purifying the chaos and ascertain Anise's identity are our top priorities. However, we need to be careful about engaging Anise in a direct conversation.
방금 같은 전투를 똑같이 치렀다간 전원 사망이니까.
If we battle the same as we did just now, we'll be wiped out. Wait a second.
しかし、未知をゼロに返すための
Sorry about that, I forgot to press the transition. If we fight the same battles we did now, we'll be wiped out.
시간만 끌면 아이언 레인호에 지원군이 도착할 거야. 우린 기동 정찰의 목적을 두고 신속하게 움직인다.
So long enough, reinforcements to SSU Iron Ring will arrive, and our objective is mobility and reconnaissance. We move with haste.
여유 부리다가 아네스를 놓치면 더 큰 문제가 발생할 수 있으니 다들 명심하도록.
Keep in mind that if we take too long and lose an ace, it could cause an even bigger problem. Understood.
걸림돌이 되지 않도록 조심할게.
Are we careful not to get in the way? I'll be careful not to get in the way.
명색이 버팔로 폭파반인데 포탄 하나라도 보태야지.
We're the Buffalo Bomb Squad, after all. We've got turned to at least one bomb.
최강의 폭스 소대가 함께하겠습니다.
The mighty fight Team Fox will be right there with you.
인베이더는 나한테 맡겨줘. 어떤 몬스터든 완벽하게 공략해줄게.
These invaders to me. I'll take down any monster perfectly.
이번엔 아무도 죽지 않으면 좋겠는데.
I just hope nobody dies this time. That's the flag.
이 습도, 이 공기.
This humidity, this air.
느낌이 왔어.
I've got a feeling.
세 발짝만 더 가면 숨어있던 적이 짠 하고 등장할 거야.
3 more steps and a hidden enemy will pop out. Ta-da!
정말요? 하지만 아무것...
Really? But I don't see anything. There it is.
이런 두 발짝 판이었네.
Oh, it's 2.5 steps.
저리 비켜!
Get out of my way. Yeah, I'm just finishing this since I wasn't able to finish it last time. Then we'll get right to the narrative event. With the Nika's attack, not only the monster that started Owen, but also the smaller monsters nearby are all sent flying in one hit.
오, 힘이 잔뜩 들어갔는데?
Oh, you would have put some force in that, didn't you?
벌써 무리하지 마. 그러다 나중에 쉽게 지쳐버린다고.
Don't push yourself too so soon. You wear yourself out fast if you keep that up.
무리하는 거 아니야.
I'm not overdoing it.
그냥 내 실력을 제대로 보여주지도 못하고 일을 망친 게 억울해서 그래.
I'm just annoyed. I'm frustrated that I messed things up without even getting to show what I can really do.
나도 원래는
Because I'm actually
이렇게
like this.
강한 사람이라고.
A strong person. Every time Anika swings her weapon, monsters are flipped away in an explosion. Hilde watches the sight while spinning an arrow in her hand, then draws the bowstring and fires at a distant rock. The arrowhead, made of a special material that grinds against the rock, produces a sharp and threatening sound.
적의 시선을 교란시키기에 유용한 기술이야. 이걸로 우리 근처에 있던 애들 중 몇몇은 저쪽으로 향할 거야.
It's a useful technique for distracting the enemy. They should draw some of the ones nearest towards that direction.
물론 흥분한 동료의 주의를 환기시키는 효과도 있지.
Of course, it also has the effect of providing some room to breathe for an overexcited companion.
아니까.
Anika.
알았어. 무리하지 않을게.
Okay, I won't push myself.
훌륭한 대답이야.
That's the spirit. Now that's the leadership skills you'd expect from a commander.
그러니까 말이야.
Yeah, no kidding.
난 그저 적당히 군생활하다, 적당히 좋은 자리에 앉아, 적당히 괜찮은 말년을 보내고 싶었을 뿐인데. 너무 뛰어나서 곤란하다니까.
All I ever wanted was to coast through my service, land a decent posting, and enjoy comfortable retirement. Being too talented is such a problem.
함장, 궁금한 게 있어.
Captain, I've got a question.
함장은 동료를 살리기 위해 자기 목숨을 바칠 수 있어?
Would you sacrifice your own life to save your companions? Well, rather than whether I could, I'd say I've generally been the one laying my life on the line.
그렇구나. 그런데도 용케 여태 살아남다니 대단한데?
Is that so? Still, it's impressive you managed to survive this long.
동료들 걱정도 엄청 많이 샀겠는걸?
You must have given your companions plenty to worry about. Can't deny that.
척 보면 알지.
I could tell at a glance.
나는 소대장이 된 이후로 늘 동료들 목숨을 먼저 생각하거든.
Ever since I became a commander, I've always put my companions' lives first.
무리해서 적진 한가운데로 돌파한다거나 엄청 강한 몬스터와 맞서 싸우기보단 전원 생존이 우선이란 말씀.
Rather than pushing through the heart of the enemy lines or taking on an incredibly powerful monster head-on, keeping everyone alive is the priority.
물론 절대 지휘하기 귀찮아서 그러는 건 아니고 만일의 사태가 일어나지 않게끔 방지하려면 어쩔 수 없는 뭐 그런 차원의 얘기라고나 할까?
Of course, it's absolutely not because I can't be bothered to lead. It's more like to prevent worst-case scenarios from happening. There's really no other choice. Something along the lines, you know.
함장이 어떤 우주적 사명을 지니고 있든 함장 내 요원들이 얼마나 필사적으로 아네스를 줬든 내 목표는 하나야.
Whatever cosmic mission you carry, however, desperately your agents pursue Denise. My goal is one thing.
내가 아끼는 사람들 모두가 무사 생환하는 것.
Everyone I care about has to come. Everyone I care about to come home safe.
무슨 마음인지 알지?
You know what I mean? I feel the same. My agents come first too.
우리 요원들이라 함장 본인은 쏙 빼놓은 것처럼 말하네.
My agents. The way you say it sounds like you've left yourself out entirely.
하나만 더 물어볼게.
Let me ask you one more thing.
아이언 레인의 다른 퍼스트들은 본인 목숨 챙기기에 급급한데 함장은 전혀 그렇지 않거든.
The other protos on the Iron Rain are all scrambling to save their own skins, but you're nothing like that.
이유가 뭐라고 생각해?
What do you think the reason is? Well,
함장, 경로 재확인이 필요해. 위치를 다시 한번 파악해줘.
Captain, we need to check the route again. Can you check our position again? Oh, sorry. I'll check.
카오스 내에선 퍼스트의 지위를 방해하지 않는 게 좋아. 앞으로는 주의해.
Inside Chaos, it's best not to interfere with the Protoss' command. Be mindful of that going forward.
네네, 알겠습니다.
Yes, yes, understood. We're remapping the route based on the invader monster's movement and the position of the Chaos Core she sinks into thought. If a Protoss is someone who finds their way within Chaos, and the Captain gets his nightmare's mission to purify the Chaos, then the will to lay down one's life for those around them is not an obligation, it's a choice. Why didn't his target include only the Protoss of all people? I racked my brain for the answer, but only the Chaos who would emerge. No reason came to me. Let's move for now.
좋아, 뺑이 치러 가자.
Alright, let's go grind it out. Fox and Buffalo. The Iron Man agents showcase the results of their training. Hilde, I get this Sniper's agents are outsiders, but aren't you being a little too accommodating? We're the only ones setting up camp. If you keep being nice, they'll start thinking we'll always do it. It's fine. I was the one who suggested it. Their first joint mission, after all. I figured we could show them a little hospitality. In exchange, I'm going to ask SS Nightmare agents to do the scouting tomorrow. What do you think? Yeah, that sounds like an even trade of the duties. When it came to rest, the Fireteam Fox took charge of the camp setup. SS Nightmare agents offered to help, but were turned down. It was a matter to honor of Iron Brain. Building a base camp is Iron Man's pride and joy. There's no way we're handing this sacred duty over to people from the Empire. Hilde, you can just say you wanted to set up camp yourself. Everyone knows you're a camp fanatic. Don't get the wrong idea, it's simply out of necessity. Any real Iron Man agent should be more well versed in situations like this than anyone. Better let the more experienced handle it. Then, you can just go all by yourself, Hilde. Set up the traps, pitch the tents. No way. The leader of the Buffalo Bomb Squad is going to help me, right? I'll decide after I see what the leader of Fireteam Fox does. Anita, this is the perfect chance to show those folks in the Empire what iron is made of. Ugh, we have to do it anyway, let's just get it over with. Judy and I will take care of the surrounding area and set up the alarm system. And you can join it. You two set up the defensive perimeter. Fine, alright. Not like anyone else can stop you. Great, then everyone, split up. A little while later. Traps placed. Automated turret installed. Run an area check, no threats detected. I've set up quantum vibration sensors all around, so we'll get a signal if any monsters show up. Alright, then let's get started. Getting this base camp set up. Everyone pulled their entrenching tools out of their packs and started digging in unison to fortify the position. Uni, dig your danger ditch over there. Yes, ma'am. Leave it to me. Janet, check for any weeds and mushroom spores just in case. Alright. Iniga, I will level the ground for the tent. The digging continues fast and precise. It's been a really long time since the four of us that came together, hasn't it? We didn't have any joint missions last year, so yeah, it's been a while. It's also been a while since we last started from scratch digging. Doing this makes me think back to our first joint field training. Oh, really? That was so much fun. Wasn't that the day Anika made a mistake? Wasn't that a day Anika made a mistake after mistake? That was the day Anika went and activated Janet's turret at camp without permission. I was absolutely flabbergasted. That's right. It made that monumental boom. Good thing it was just training. If it had been real combat, our position would have been blown. We would have lost equipment, and the damage would have been enormous. You also forgot the cooking gear that day. We almost starved. I remember. Hilde started to fight with flint and cooked for us. We had explosives and firearms to spare, but no camp stove to cook with. I thought we were filming a sitcom. Wasn't Anika in charge of cooking that day too? Hey, stop bringing that up. It's embarrassing. I don't want to make mistakes entertaining you, but if you keep bringing them up, they'll stop being funny. But Anika, you were laughing so hard you were actually practicing stitches with us. Uni, is that really all you remember? I remember two things, like chattering during the repetitive work makes time fly. Before they knew it, the digging was done, and a firm, level patch of ground was laid out in front of them. Alright, the ground prep is mostly done, so let's pitch the tents. Now, time for a pop quiz. Given our current team size, what is the correct way to set up camp? Whoever gets it right gets to win a prize. Whoever gets it right will win a prize. A heartfelt compliment from your commander. We should pitch several A-frame tents in pairs of 2. Wrong. That would scatter a fighting swing in an emergency, wouldn't it? So, what's your answer, Anika? If I gave you my answer, it'd be so perfect it wouldn't be any fun, so I'll pass the honor to Janet. 2 large pentagon tents and 2 T-shaped tents for storage should be enough. 1 pentagon tent for the SS Nightmare agents, the other for us. Then we store the key equipment in the T-shaped tent, connected to ours, so we can keep an eye on it. Ding ding ding, that's correct! Exactly what I expected from the Iron Reign's finest turret specialist, Janet. Next. There's more? Major tents anyway, doing it the regular way would be boring. Now, this kind of event doesn't come around every day. In Iron Reign traditional folk game. The tent pitching speed contest. Are you out of your mind? That's not fair. Nobody here can beat you. You want fair? Then I'll pitch the tent with just one hand this time. I'll still win, of course. Hilde, you're way too confident. I think Simon took you down a peg. Pitching a tent is way easier than setting up a turret. I'm in. What about you, Uni? Sounds like fun. Alright then. Anika and Jane are Team A. Uni and I are Team B. Losing team pulls the early morning watch. I'll flip this coin, then when it hits the ground, we start. 1, 2, 3. The moment the spinning coin hit the ground, all four of them took off running as if racing each other, and the contest began. Yoo-hoo! You remember what I taught you, right? Yes, I'd rather die than pull over early morning watch. There's a final chance to beat Hilde. They're fired up. Alright, let's give it our best. Each of them usually begins setting up their tent. But then Busy begins setting up their tent. The occasional battle cries and bursts of laughter echo through the clearing before fading away. The nightmare is ongoing. Hilde versatility shines in the chaos sight.
발이야.
My arm.
간만에 활시위 좀 잡아당겼더니 근육이 다 땡기네.
I pulled a bowstring for the first time in a while and now all my muscles are seizing up.
윤희, 활 좀 주물러줘.
Uni, give my arm a massage.
네, 소대장님.
Yes, Commander.
와, 시원하다. 그렇지, 그렇지. 지금 주무르는 데가 가장...
That feels good. Right here, right here. That spot you're working on right now is the best. Ow, it hurts, it hurts.
아플 만큼 주무르지 않으면 효과가 없다고요. 할 때 확실히 주물러야 해요.
If I don't press hard enough to hurt, it won't hurt. You have to really work it when you do it.
그리고 평소에 운동 좀 더 하세요. 명색이 군인인데 무기 쓰는 걸로 아파하면 어떡해요?
Please exercise more in your daily life. You can take care of a soldier. How can you be hurting just from using your weapon?
활이 몸체는 가볍지만 연달아 사용하려면 시위의 장력 때문에 다른 총보다 훨씬 더...
A bomber may light in body, but using it in rapid succession puts far more strain on you than a gun because of the draw tension. Ow, it hurts. Stop, stop.
작전에 임할 땐 유능한가 싶다가도 저런 모습을 보면 믿음이 안 가네.
She seems capable enough when it comes to operations, but seeing her act like this makes it hard to trust her.
맞아. 뒤에서 뺀질거리다가 부하들한테 혼나는 게 일상이니까.
True, getting scolded by her own subordinates for slacking off and bent the back is basically her daily routine.
하지만 폭스 소대의 소대장으로 힐데만큼 제격인 사람이 없는 것도 사실이지.
But it's also true that there's no one better suited to lead Fireteam Fox than Hilde.
총기만 다를 수 있었다면 지금보다 훨씬 더 명망 높은 부대로 만들었을걸?
If we could handle firearms too, she'd made this unit far more renowned than it is now.
그 말을 들으니 더 믿음이 안 가는데.
Hearing that someone makes it even harder to trust her.
아프다고.
It hurts, ow!
함장이 대신 주물러줘. 윤희는 못 믿겠어.
Captain! You massaged and said I can't trust Uni. And you can trust me?
윤희보단 잘하겠지.
You do better than Uni.
어서.
Come on, ow, ow, it hurts, ow, ow. Dude holds out one arm and stamps her feet, hamming up the plan. I take her wrist and give it a quick look. With her baggy sleeves in the way, I figure massaging with my bare hands won't do much good.
아, 겉옷을 입고 있으면 주무르기 힘들겠구나.
Oh right, it'll be hard to do massage with an outer layer on.
그럼 잠깐 벗.
I'll just take it.
저는 하나도 안 힘들었거든요.
I had absolutely no trouble at all.
함정. 다른 사람 팔 주무를 시간 있으면 본인 몸부터 챙겨.
Captain, if you have the time to massage someone else's arm, take care of yourself first. Whose arm is pulled by Uni and mine by Renoa. We're dragged off in opposite directions. No!
살려줘, 함정!
Help me, Captain! I didn't really mind, but...
함정!
Captain! He's gone. After getting enough rest, we pressed on deeper inside. Hilde showed off her brilliant archery as if her earlier complaints about the pain had all been an act. Renoa, Anika, and other agents also stayed in good shape as they continued fighting.
이렇게 가다 보면
If we keep going like this,
짜잔! 거대한 난관이 등장합니다.
ta-da! A massive obstacle appears. A little bit blocks the path of what seemed like an unstoppable march.
너희들 무리 군주라고 알아?
You all know what a broodlord is?
가장 거대한 인베이더 몬스터 중 하나로 건물이나 전함과 비견되는 개체. 맞지?
It's one of the largest invader monsters, an individual comparable in scale to a building or a battleship, right?
정답. 역시 나이트메어의 부함장이야.
Correct. That's what you'd expect from the vice captain of the SS Nightmare.
그렇다면 무리 군주를 만났을 때 대처법은?
Then what's the protocol when you encounter a broodlord?
내부에 다른 인베이더 무리를 보유할 가능성이 있고 전면전은 전력 손상을 야기할 수 있어 최대한 주의하는 방향으로 지침하고 있어.
There's a chance it harbors other invader swarms inside, and direct confrontation could impair our common strength, so our guideline call for maximum caution.
우리 전력으로 승산이 아예 없는 건 아니지만 아네스와 대치할 경우를 생각하면 피해가는 게 좋아.
It's not that we stand zero chance with our current strength, but going about a potential stand-up for the niece, it's better to go around.
역시 그렇구나.
Just as I thought.
그럴 줄 알았어. 뻔하군, 뻔해.
I knew it. Predictable. So predictable.
자신만의 비결이라도 있나 봐.
Do you have some kind of trick up your sleeve?
에이, 별거 아니야. 배우면 누구나 쓸 수 있는 방법이라고.
It's nothing. It's a method anyone can use once they learn it.
소대장님, 자신의 능력을 발휘하는 타이밍이라 안 그런 척하면서도 엄청 들떠있네요.
Commander, you're clearly filled even though you're pretending not to be. This is your moment to shine.
어허, 무슨 소리? 난 그저 난관을 수월하게 헤쳐나가기 위해.
What are you talking about? I'm simply trying to get through the obstacle efficiently. Whoa! It appeared!
방금도 말했다시피 전면전은 피해야 해. 알겠어?
As I just said, we need to avoid a direct fight, understood?
당연히 알지. 걱정하지 마.
Of course I know, don't worry.
자, 특수 화살을 무리군주의 후각기관이 모여있는 얼굴을 향해.
Now, aim a special arrow at the broodlord's face whose olfactory organs are concentrated. Utsuri grabs an arrow and draws the bowstring in one fluid motion. A satisfied smile plays at the corner of her lips.
쏜다.
Fire. That's like the second time that animation is played. The moment releases the string, the arrow flies in an instant, and strikes the brood lord square in the head. The arrow drops limply, and the brood lord turns to look at Hilde, its countless legs writhing. I don't think the pain worked.
윤희, 미안해. 여기까지인가 봐.
Uni, I'm sorry. Looks as if as far as we go.
여긴 우리가 막을 테니 다른 사람들은 어서 도망가.
We'll hold it off here. Everyone else run.
할 수 있지, 윤희.
You can do it, right, Uni?
저도 남나요?
What? I'm staying here too. The Brood Lord rears back and raises its massive forelegs. It comes crashing down like this. Even if the attack itself is dodged, the formation could be disrupted and all agents could be thrown into disarray.
이렇게 방심하는 척하면서
Like this, we'll pretend to lower your guard.
방금 화살과 한 세트인 특수 화살을 한 발 더.
One more special arrow that pairs with the last one. It immediately fires another arrow. This time the arrow strikes not the Brood Lord's head, but a distant cloud in the sky. Cloud? Cloud? I see no cloud. The longer the arrow hangs in the air, the more vividly its whistling can be heard. Thud.
화살이 그냥 저 멀리 날아갔는데요.
The arrow just flew off into the distance?
어떡하죠? 지금이라도 도망갈까요?
What'd you do? Did you make a run for it?
걱정하지 마. 다 끝났으니까.
Don't worry, it's all already over.
저 화살은 말 그대로 미끼거든.
That arrow was, quite literally, bait.
미끼요?
Bait? The Buddha turns its head to follow the arrow's trajectory, then wheels its entire body toward where the arrow landed. Then he rubs his forelegs together near its head, licking his mandibles in anticipation. Okay, just play the animation backwards. It moves in the direction the arrow flew. The distinct tremors of the Brood Lord Lee creates as it moves gradually grow more distant.
어떻게 한 건가요? 저렇게 거대한 몬스터를 자유롭게 조종하는 건 처음 봐요.
How did you do that? I've never seen anyone control such massive monsters so freely.
무리군주 같은 유형의 인베이더가 좋아하는 냄새를 화살촉에 담았거든.
At least the arrow with the scent that invaders of the Brood Lord's type are attracted to.
무리군주에게 먼저 냄새를 맡게 한 다음 먼 곳으로 한 번 더 쏘아 유인하는 전략이지.
The strategy is to let the Brood Lord catch the scent first, then fire another shot far away to lure it.
화살이 아니면 이런 전략은 사용할 수 없다고.
Surely this just wouldn't work without arrows.
어쩐지 별로 당황하지 않는 것 같더라니.
No wonder you didn't seem look all that surprised.
뭐? 내 연기는 분명 완벽했을 텐데?
What? My action was absolutely perfect. I'm sure of it.
그렇지 함장. 함장은 깜짝 놀랐지?
Right, Captain? You were totally surprised, weren't you? I'm gonna mess with her.
정말? 제국 사람에겐 처음 보여준 무기였는데.
Really? That was a weapon I'd never shown anyone from the Empire before.
뭐 오히려 다행인가? 나는 내 전략을 빤히 들여다보는 사람이 좋거든.
Well, maybe that's actually a relief. I like people who can see right through my strategies.
그런 사람이라면 같이 일할 만하다는 신뢰가 생긴다고나 할까? 마음에 들었어, 함장.
Someone like that is someone I can trust to work with, I suppose. I like you, Captain.
누구 마음대로 마음에 든대?
Who said you could like the Captain? Hilde walks away, leaving Renault staring after her with displeasure. Her slender waist moves more flexibly beneath the folding bow as she is equipped to on her jacket. Her retreating figure, like a fox, swishing its tail to throw the battlefield into disarray, reminds me once more where she belongs. The nightmare is ongoing. Fox's desire after tasting desire, darkness behind the mist. Monster that bewitches humans lives here.
고전 군사 이론에 종심이란 개념이 있어.
There's a concept in classical military theory called depth.
보통은 전방에서 후방까지의 거리를 뜻하지만 단순한 공간적 개념으로 생각해선 안 돼.
Usually refers to distance from the front line to the rear, but it shouldn't be thought of as a mere spatial concept.
시간, 공간, 자원 모든 측면에 종심이 존재하며
Time,
모든
space, and
종심을
resources.
판단하여 병력을
Depth exists in every
지휘해야지.
dimension, and one must assess all of them and to lead their sources.
그런 의미에서 나는 이 오프닝을 가장 좋아해.
In that sense, this is my favorite opening.
비숍 F4
B4F. BF4, actually, not B4F. London system, is it? City name mentioned.
안정적으로 공간을 활용하고 무리한 공격으로 자원을 소모하지 않으며 상대가 먼저 작전 한계점에 도달하도록 유도하지.
Makes stable use of space. Avoid burning resources with reckless attacks. Enjoy the opponent if reaching the operational limit first. They're saying you're moving in step with my next move.
조금 짓궂은가?
Is that a little mischievous of me? Let me take my time and read the situation too.
함장도 나처럼 장기전이 특기구나.
So you play the long game, just like me.
좋아. 오래오래 즐겨보자고.
Alright, let's enjoy this for a good long while. Great chest with Hilde, where we made our way to the destination. No pieces needed. We pictured the chessboard in our heads and called out each piece's moves aloud.
얼마 전엔 스텔라 파밀리아하고 만난 적이 있어.
Not long ago, I ran into Stella Familia.
체스판의 흰색 말처럼 하얀 화이트 알테어였지. 용맹하고 긍지 높은 의적 같은 게 마음에 들더라.
It was white out hair, as white as the pale pieces on a chessboard. I loved they had an air of a gallant, proud outlaw.
함장은 검은색 말이니까 블랙 스픽하려나?
Since you play black, I suppose that would make you black speaker?
수단과 방법을 가리지 않는 악당 중의 악당. 자기 목숨을 바쳐서라도 상대의 목을 따내고 보수를 뜯어내는 게 그들의 방식이라던데.
The villain of villains who subs at nothing to get what they want. I've heard their way is to claim their opponent's head and squeeze out their reward, even at the cost of their own life.
어떻게 생각해, 함장?
What do you think, Captain? You knew I was going to attack with the king.
함장이라면 그럴 것 같았으니까.
I had a feeling you would, Captain. I may not be a black speaker, but I can borrow their tactics.
은큼하긴. 그렇다면 나는
Sneaky. In that case, I'll... The game would fall apart the moment memory gave out. Since we'd be setting it aside the moment we reached the Chaos Core, it didn't matter. But like, you would never forget it because you have a perfect memory, remember? If ease breeds carelessness, then fear breeds mistakes. Raising a being like an ace, it's better to maintain at least a little of one's usual composure rather than be wound too tight.
힐데가 저렇게 즐거워하는 건 오랜만에 보네.
It's been a while since I've seen Hilde enjoy herself like this.
아니카님도 힐데님이랑 자주 함께하지 않으셨나요? 종종 무기고에 함께 계시던 모습을 봤는데.
Didn't you spend a lot of time with Hilde as well, Anika? I've seen you together in the armory from time to time.
뭐 그렇긴 하지만
Well, that's true, but
뭐든 적당히 때우려 하고 게으름 피우는 것처럼 보여도 은근히 호기심 많은 녀석이야.
she might look like she's just coasting along being lazy about everything, but she's actually quite curious at heart.
한 번 꽂히면 며칠 밤낮을 세워서라도 집요하게 파고들어 완벽한 공략법을 찾아내니까.
Once she gets fixated on something, she'll show up for days on end, digging relentlessly until she finds the perfect solution.
나하고 노는 건 이제 익숙하다 이거지. 제가 평소에 얼마나 챙겨줬는데.
So hanging out with me has just become old news to her, after everything I've done for her.
아니카, 계속 풀주고 있는 건 너답지 않아.
Anika, moping around like this isn't like you.
내가 할 말은 아니지만 이럴 때일수록 평소처럼 지내는 게 좋으니까.
Not really my place to say, but times like this, these are exactly when it's best to carry on as usual.
자넷?
Janet?
하긴 이대로면 무기도 제대로 휘두르지 못하고 픽 쓰러지겠지.
I suppose I'll keep this up. I won't be able to swing my weapon properly before I collapse.
좋아, 기운 내보실까?
Alright, let's try to cheer up.
함장, 나하고도 하자.
Captain, play with me too.
함장이라면 2명쯤은 동시에 상대할 수 있지?
You can hear two web components at once, can't you? Can't you, Captain? Anika? I've never tried.
안 그런 척 하면서 은근히 부러웠구나.
Oh, so you're secretly jealous of pretending not to be?
아니면 아니카도 함장에게 관심이 생겼어?
Or is Anika taking interest in the captain too?
난 원래 힐데보다 함장 같은 사람하고 더 잘 맞거든.
I've always been a better match with someone like the captain than with you, honestly.
뭐? 너무해.
What? That's not fair.
함장, 아니카까지 상대한다고 봐주지 않을 테니까 각오해. 알았지?
Captain, now that Anika's joining in, I don't expect any mercy, so brace yourself, got it?
참나, 어처구니가 없네.
Incredible. Can't believe this.
힐데, 아니카? 전방에 있는 버섯이나 조사해.
Hilde, Anika, go check out those mushrooms up ahead.
버섯?
Mushrooms? Over an odd gesture with her chin stood a massive mushroom towering 3 to 4 times taller than a person. Spores clearly visible to the naked eye drifted around the mushroom. It was clearly a specimen familiar even to the agents on the SS Nightmare. Spore mushroom?
오, 잘하는구나.
Oh, you know your stuff.
매력적인 퍼즐을 뿜어내는 버섯이지. 멋모르고 달려들었다가 벌레밥이 되는 녀석들이 대부분이지만
It's a mushroom that releases alluring spores. Most creatures that blunder in without knowing any better end up as bug food.
한 번 들이마시면 쾌감에 사로잡히고 2번 마시면 머리가 번뜩이며 3번째엔 지독한 불쾌감과 신경과민만 남기는 마법의 가루랍니다.
1 whiff and you're flooded with euphoria. 2 and your mind lights up in a flash. And the third leaves nothing but a wretched discomfort and frayed nerves. A truly magical powder.
생명에 치명적이진 않지만 작전 수행 능력에 상당한 영향을 줄 수 있으니 조심해야 해. 알겠지?
It's not fatal, but it can have a significant impact on operational performance. So be careful, understood?
그러니 우리는 버섯을 피해 크게 우회해서
So take a wide detour around the mushrooms and... Hilde.
왜 그러고 있어?
Why are you standing like that?
방금
Just now.
아네스의 목소리가 들리지 않았어?
Didn't you hear Anis's voice?
무슨 말이야? 아네스는 전혀...
What do you mean? Anis wasn't.
함장? 방금 뭐라고 했어?
Captain, what did you just say? I didn't say anything. Under Hilde Renault, every agent in the vicinity glances around in the empty air. Each time vividly hears a different person's voice and wanders in search of its source. On a massive spore mushroom, the hazy mist spores, and the low drone of the insects can be detected.
알겠다.
Ah, I see.
포자와 같은 성분으로 인간을 유혹하는 인베이더 몬스터.
An invader wants to lure humans using compounds similar to spores.
설마 벌써?
Don't tell me. Already. One of the insect sounds step by step. Voice comes through, too clear to dismiss as a hallucination, conjured by a monster.
사랑해. 함장. 사랑해.
Alright, back from chapter 1.
나를 기억해줘.
Yeah, that's back from chapter 1. The voice soon takes shape, and the shape throws my senses off. Instinctively, I hand closes around the watch hanging from my neck. It is a unique link between the voice's owner and me. I felt like it would hold the key to the situation. With the other hand, an arm reaches out toward the owner of the voice. Fingers brush against hair. Looking closely, it is an ash gray, the black tinge with violet.
함장,
Captain,
이 몬스터는 환각과 환청으로 인간을 유혹해.
this monster lures humans with hallucinations and phantom sounds.
그 사람이 평소 지니고 있던 생각이나 강렬한 욕망을 멋대로 뒤섞어버리지.
It scrambles of the thoughts of a person normally carries, intense desires, all mixed together at random. It pushes one hand over her nose and mouth and takes a slow, deep breath. The voice gradually fades and the figure staggers repeatedly, as if struggling to stay upright.
효과는 오래가지 않지만 농도가 짙은 걸 보면 상당히 많은 녀석들이 몰려왔나 봐.
The effect doesn't last long, but given how thick the concentration is, quite a few of them must have swarmed in.
이대로라면 환각이 더욱 강해져서 잡아먹힐지도.
At this rate, the hallucination only grows stronger. We might get devoured. The insect sounds warp the surrounding space completely. My body, which has been impossible to hold control, finds itself laid out on a plush sofa, and Hilde slowly climbs on top.
함장, 내가 소대장이 된 후로 가장 중요하게 생각하는 건 딱 하나야.
Captain, there's actually one thing I consider the most important since I became a commander.
아무도 죽지 말아야 한다.
Nobody dies. Hilde straddles the fallen torso and rummages through the jacket's pocket. When she pulls out a small round chip, the jacket slides out smoothly, as if someone tugged it from behind. As the folding bowl clouds to the floor, Hilde places the circular chip between her teeth. A sweet metallic scent drifts around the tip of my nose. Hilde leans in with the fox-eye grace until her cheek nearly touches mine.
함장은 절대 자신을 희생하지 마.
Captain, never sacrifice yourself.
함장, 내게 몸을 맡겨.
Captain, Leave your body to me.
듣고 있어? 함장은
Are you
사랑해.
listening, Captain? You have to survive.
사랑해. 함장, 사랑해. 나를 기억해줘.
I love you, Captain. I love you. Remember me. The door splits in two. Not just Hilde, the surrounding scenery splits in half as well, drifting apart to the left and the right. I need to look at that scene again. One hand dissolves into the smoke and vanishes, while the other spits out the chips she had been holding in her mouth.
환각 치료 키트야. 손으로 뜯어도 상관없지만 워낙 단단해서 이빨로 깨무는 게 가장 빨라.
It's a hallucination treatment kit. You can tear it open by hand, but it's so hard that biting it with your teeth is the fastest way.
그런데 내 옷이랑 활은
My clothes and bow.
힐데 나도
Hilde, me too.
아 역시 너였구나 아니카.
Just as I thought. It was you, Anika.
자 어서 정신 차려. 여기서 벌레밥이 될 순 없잖아.
Come on, snap out of it. We can't end up as bug food here. When Hilde holds the treatment kit up to Anika's nose, the vacant eyes regain their focus.
어라 분명 방금까지
Huh? What? I could have sworn just a moment ago. When Anika comes to her senses, Hilde uses the treatment kit on the other agents. The agents quickly regained their composure and returned to their original formation, among them Renoa.
분명 함장과 방금까지.
I was certain the captain and I just... But wow, you couldn't meet anyone's eyes for some reason. But we soon fully came to her senses and returned to her position.
치료 키트가 없었다면 훨씬 더 오랜 시간 환각에 사로잡혔을 거야.
Without the treatment kit, we would have been trapped in our hallucinations for far longer.
그랬으면 지금 다가오는 저 녀석들의 먹잇감이 되었겠지.
If that had happened, we would have become prey with those things closing in on us right now. Such ugly things. Turning in the direction Hilde points, with the tip of her arrowhead, a pack of invader monsters with a distinctive appearance comes into view. The monsters, emitting their peculiar sounds, scatter their signature spores as they gradually close in.
함장, 지휘를 내려줘.
Captain, give the order. No pushing recklessly. Use the space to fight.
알겠어.
Got it.
기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 실력을 보여줄게.
대기 중.
기합 넣고 갑니다. 빠져나갈 틈 따위 일 테니까. 명사수의 실력을 보여줄게. 지금이 기회야. 기합 넣 명사수의 실력을 보여줄게. 거점을 파고들어서 빈틈 발견. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 지금이 기회야.
Some more arrows.
빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견.
No, not enough arrows.
발견.
When the monsters were defeated, the spores scattered completely. This is like smoke dissolving into the air. My sense of direction quickly returned to normal. The distance to the chaos core could be gauged perfectly.
어때 함정?
So, how are you feeling, Captain? We're not far from the deepest point now.
다행이네. 계속 나아가자.
That's a relief. Let's keep moving.
그런데 함정,
But Captain,
방금 혹시 어떤 환각을 봤어?
what kind of hallucination did you have earlier? That's...
나는 말이지. 처음엔 아네스를, 그 다음엔 바네사를.
I saw Anise first, then Vanessa.
마지막으론 함장을 봤거든.
And last of all, I saw you.
그러니까 서로 비긴 걸로 해. 괜찮지?
Let's call it even. That's fine, right? Even? Who ends by the treatment kit like in the hallucination, and strides ahead as if swishing a tail behind her. My sense of direction was restored, but it made me wonder if I were still inside a hallucination. Nightmares ongoing. After taste and desire, they didn't get a glimpse of their desires through hallucinations. There's something mysterious about this place. It's filled with invaders I've never seen before. Wait, what? You weren't here. The whole area feels like a treasure trove. Hey everyone, stay sharp. No matter how beautiful it looks, we're still inside chaos. There's danger around every corner. I can't believe we're saying that. Sounds like Renoa. I can be serious when I need to be. One wrong move here and your life is on the line. Ray, must have had a real shock of getting charmed by that strange bug earlier. Charmed? I was just momentarily distracted, that's all. That Rabagag. Rabagag was genuinely terrifying back there. Never thought they'd be a monster that could charm people. If it weren't for Hilde, things would have gone very badly. What was a strange hallucination anyway? Hilde told me that Ragaba emits a special substance that materializes a person's inner desires into sensory experiences. Oh, so that's why these strange visions appeared in front of us. I was surprised too. I was so happy that all my bad luck had vanished, just to find out it was just hallucination. I'm honestly a little disappointed. As well, it would have been nice to experience it just a little longer. Sounds like everyone had a unique experience. My mind started to blur, and I suddenly smelled fresh, clean rainwater. It was so vivid I thought it was real. For me, it was coffee. The aroma of Arabica beans roasted professionally hit me before anything else. Bicia. Oh, they're just normal coffee. So, everyone noticed the scent first. Same for me. It was a faint, earthy smell of grass mixed with a hint of soil. Wow, so everyone smelled something first? For me, the first thing that was the overwhelming smell of fresh baked bread from a bakery. I looked it up. And apparently the first sense triggered by Rabagag's illusion differs from person to person. It's supposed to vary based on the person's emotional state and level of cognitive ability. Does that mean we're all at a similar level? Hold on, it says it here in the next section. Oh, here it is. Let me read it aloud. In the cases of humans, regardless of intellectual level or ethnicity, there is a tendency for the first sensory organ to respond to be determined by age group. For adolescents and young adults, the sense of smell is the first to respond. Oh, of course, it's because we're all around the same age. It also says, for those who are seasoned members of society with accumulated experience, it is primarily the sense of hearing that responds first. I wonder what Captain Renoa sensed first. Is the next sensory experience also similar for everyone? What does it say? After that, people begin to see visual hallucinations, and in all their senses become charmed by the creation of their desires. So at that point, you're completely captivated? What did you experience, Ray? I saw Coco. Coco? I mentioned before, the character that's super popular right now? They even made all kinds of collab keychains and plushies. When you see it dressed up, you'll be like, oh, I know this character. Oh. I mean that character with the strange shape. It's so adorable. Anyway, there was this enormous cocoa plushie sitting there in the cafe filled with the smell of fresh baked bread. It wandered over to me and gave me a hug. It was just so cute. That soft, fluffy texture was absolutely amazing. Oh wait, it was a little fantasy. When I sent back to reality, I felt a little sad. Coco, the keychain, the plushie, they all disappeared. Still, if we had stayed in the hallucination any longer, we wouldn't have survived. That's true. What did the rest of you see? I saw coffee that I had brewed myself. A flawless cup of coffee, completely free of bad luck. From roasted to grinding to brewing, all done perfectly in one go. Patricia, you don't brew coffee. Well, I've always had such bad luck, but I've burnt the roast so many times. I've ruined so many batches because the coffee grounds get stuck during the extraction. I gave up on it entirely, but there it was. A perfectly brewed cup of coffee that had dodged all of my bad luck. The flavor, the aroma, the temperature, everything was exactly right. I was so amazed that I tried again, and it came out just as perfect, which was also a surprise. So, I placed some buttered bread and coffee on the tray and carried it to the table. And then I accidentally dropped the bread. Oh no! But as luck would have it, the bread landed right on the sugar bowl, and the outside got coated in sugar. On top of all that, it landed butter side up. As I started to feel anxious, I thought to myself, wait, what? Is this a dream? There's no way that I could be this lucky. And sure enough, was just a dream. But I get a clear taste of what it feels like to have really good luck, so it wasn't all bad. Everyone saw such interesting things. Mine was pretty plain by comparison. What did you see, Mika? I just saw myself reading in the books in the library. Ah, that's so boring. It was an outdoor library open in a park, and in a first edition, a foundation of saving the galaxy. It went out of print long ago, so I checked it out. I've always wanted to find an old paper copy of that book and read it one page at a time. I was sitting in the park reading it when suddenly it started pouring rain. The sky was clear, but the rain came pouring down, and the book got soaked in rainwater, but it didn't get wet at all. The feeling of reading a book in the rain, listening to the sound of it falling, was truly magical. I don't really get it, but it sounds like very Mika kind of desire. I'm also fascinated how the things we actually differ from person to person. How about you, Owen? Mine is nothing special, just like Mika. I saw some cheerfully whistling with trimming trees and flowers in the garden. Who was it? Oh, don't tell me. Was it your first love, Owen? It was my late father. Really put her foot in her mouth. He saw me and told me all kinds of things. He seemed worried, but I told him there was nothing to worry about thanks to my companions. Well, it was the kind of conversation we always had, so it wasn't anything particularly special. I'm sorry, I should have asked. I was just... No, I'm fine, really. It was a hallucination, but I could still hear my father's voice. I even got some good advice. What kind of advice? Always trust and rely on your companions. That's wonderful advice. It was a single and bad experience. I wonder if there's any way to have only have good experiences like this. Like extracting the hallucinogenic effect of Rapaga and experimenting on its own. Oh, look here. There's more information written about the hallucinogenic effect. Frequent exposure to Ragabaz's hallucinations causes one to lose their sense of reality, experience mania, and become obsessively addicted to Rabaga's hallucinogenic substances. As a result, all biochemical and medical testing, distribution, and sales are now prohibited. I'm never doing that again. Yeah, neither will I. I think enjoying this kind of thing in a dream really is the best. Safe, natural, and familiar. The next vacation I'm going to just sleep the whole time. Nightmare is ongoing. Ow. Darkness behind the mist. Darkness behind the mist. The gateway has not been destroyed, but the case is not over. Then I'll eliminate the Chaos Core. Avoiding the Chaos Core, analyze its data. The analyzed data is transmitted to the SS Nightmare. A persistent, powerful burst of energy fires from the SS Nightmare's Chaos Annihilation Cannon. A thunderous roar and a sandstorm sweep through the area, yet even that feels like a pleasant breeze.
이렇게 쉽게 핵을 파괴하다니 역시 나이트메어구나.
destroy the chaos core so easily. That's the essence nightmare for you.
걱정이 많았는데 다행이야.
I was worried, but I'm glad it worked out. Were you afraid we failed to purify the chaos?
그렇다기보단
It's more like
캡슐에서 발견했다던 퍼스트 명단 기억해?
do you remember the list of pros we found in the capsule? Because they didn't names of missing photos on it.
맞아. 이미 처리가 끝났다는 듯 전부 X표가 그려져 있었고 사망 당시 사진도 그 옆에 붙어 있었어.
That's right. Every name I had an X mark through it, as if the matter had already been dealt with. And a photo taken at the time of death was inside each one,
단 한 사람
except for one person.
함장만 빼고 말이야.
Everyone except you. Me?
아네스의 다음 타겟은 아마 함장일 거야.
Anissa's next target is probably you.
모종의 이유로 퇴각한 건지 아니면 다른 함정을 파놓은 건지는 아직 몰라.
Whether she's retreated for some reason or has already set another trap, that's still unknown.
하나 확실한 건 한숨 돌릴 틈은 벌었다는 사실이겠지. 필요한 만큼 충분히 정비하고 추적을 이어가자, 함장.
What is certain is that we've brought ourselves a moment to breathe. Let's take enough time to regroup properly and continue the pursuit, Captain. Don't take too long to relax. You understand?
날 너무 게으름뱅이로 보는 거 아니야? 나는 그냥
Aren't you making me out to be a little too lazy?
그냥 계속 긴장 상태였다고. 함장이 죽을까 봐.
I just kept being on edge the whole time because I was afraid you might die. You were worried?
제법 마음에 들었거든.
I'd grown rather fond of you.
서로 닮은 점도 많고 다른 점도 있고. 함장처럼 대화가 잘 통하는 사람은 오랜만이니까.
We have a lot in common, and we're different in some ways too. It's been a long time since I met someone I click with as well as I do with you. To you, Brian.
그래서 일부러 알려주지 않았어.
That's why I deliberately didn't tell you.
함장에게 동료를 위하여 자기 목숨을 바칠 수 있냐고 물었던 거 기억나?
You remember I asked you whether you could give up your life for your companion?
이 사실을 알았다면 함장은 자기 목숨을 바쳐서라도 아네스를 붙잡으려 했을 거야.
If you had known, you would have tried to capture your niece even at the cost of your own life.
지금도 어떻게 하면 아네스를 유인할 수 있을까 고민 중이잖아. 그렇지?
Even now, you're wondering how to ruin a niece, aren't you?
그것 봐, 대답 못하잖아.
See? You can't answer. Don't worry, I'll survive to the end.
어?
I'll survive, and without fail, with you. I'll have a deep and meaningful debate about firearms.
우와, 설마 날 따라한 거야?
Don't tell me. You're copying me?
함장, 점점 더 마음에 드는데?
Captain, I like you more and more. Hilde jabs an elbow into my side. The chaos fog has lifted, opening up a clear view into the distance. And then, even the gaze from beyond, the chaos comes in a sharp focus. Steel bearing a blade, its fragments charge forward like a comet. A maddened glare pierces the mind. Unrelenting greed lunges to devour the soul.
함장, 왜 그래?
Captain, what's wrong? At the same moment, I sense the pull of gravity acting between our respective positions. Forward drawn taut as the bowstring between 2 points stirs a sense of deja vu, much like the feeling I had when I first saw Anise. Something is coming.
어? 뭐가? 어디서?
What? Where is? From? What is? From where?
우와, 이것 보세요.
Ah, look at this.
어마어마하게 비싼 보석들이 잔뜩 쌓여 있어요.
There's a huge pile of incredibly expensive jewels. I turn my head towards Ray's voice, where his voice came from. As if released from my bonds, my body and mind feel free once more.
카오스에 있을 법한 물건들은 아니네. 다크스타의 전리품이거나 아니면
It's not the kind of things you'd expect to find in chaos. Either the Darkstar spores of war or
품질 보증서랑 명함 같은 것들도 있어. 검은 바탕에 흰 글씨로 무언가 쓰여 있는데.
there are also things like certificates of authenticity and business cards with white text and black background. What does it say? White text and black background. I approach Nick and Renoa and take a closer look. In Renoa's hand is a sleek, crisp, black business card and a piece of paper with the same appearance, just through a faint memory. I carefully trace the through the faint memory, step by step, photos, memory, freedom, capsule. This is definitely the one that was in the capsule.
다들 뒤로 물러나. 보석을 건드리는 순간 골치 아픈 일에 휘말릴지 몰라.
Everyone, step back. The moment you touch those jewels, you might get caught up in something troublesome.
그 녀석들의 문양이 새겨져 있어.
On the business card, there's a symbol belonging to those people. At that moment, the sharp click of hues echoes through the air. By the time I turn to look around, the owner of those footsteps has drawn far closer than the presence I'd sensed suggested. The gait was both stealthy and alluring, and the nonchalant smile was serene. While Anika and Hilde exchanged glances as if to ask whether the other knew who this person was, Winnow held her breath and glared at the woman.
아끼던 물건들이 여기 있었구나.
So my cherished belongings were here all along.
베로니카? 함선으로 옮기고 있으렴.
Veronica?
내
Have them
직접
move to
이야기를
the
나눌
ship.
테니.
I'll speak with these people personally.
스텔라 파밀리아 중에서도 보수만 지불한다면 수단과 방법을 가리지 않고 의뢰를 달성하는 집단.
A group among the self-familiar. They'll stop at nothing to fulfill the contract as long as the payment is right.
블랙 스피커의 단장이 직접 나서다니. 이거 참 드문 일이네.
To think the leader of the Black Speaker would show up in person. That's a rare sight.
통성명도 하기 전인데 알아봐주다니 고마운걸?
How kind of you to recognize me before we are even introduced.
아라벨라라고 해. 만나서 반가워.
Call me Arabella. Nice to meet you.
무기 내려놓고 자리에 멈춰. 움직이면 쏜다.
Drop your weapons and stay where you are. Move and I'll shoot. Gun!
응? 우리가 무슨 실례라도 범했던가?
Oh my. Have we committed some sort of offense?
오히려 감사 인사를 전하고 싶어 왔는걸. 잃어버린 보석들을 찾아준 은인들이니 말이야.
On the contrary, I came to offer my thanks. After all, you're the one who found my lost jewels.
우리 함선에서 차라도 한잔하는 게 어때?
Why not join our ship for a cup of tea?
단장님, 저 움직여도 되나요?
Commander, can we move?
그럼 저들은 어차피 우릴 쏘지 못하거든.
Of course. They can't shoot us anyway.
멈추라고 했을 텐데.
I believe I told you to stop.
우린 제국에서 수배 중인 연쇄 살인범을 쫓고 있다. 현재 위치는 살인범과 연관성이 높은 장소인 만큼 관련 인물들 모두 철저히 수색할 필요가 있어.
We're tracking a serial killer wanted by the Empire. Even though this location is close enough to the suspect, we need to thoroughly search everyone involved.
게다가 그 상대가 블랙 스피커라면 두말할 것도 없지.
And if the other party happens to be Black Speaker, that goes without saying.
어머, 그 얘기는 조금 섭섭한걸? 의심받는 일이야. 이젠 지겹지도 않지만
My, that stings a little. Being suspected is nothing new to me, but
어떻게 하면 우리 말을 믿어줄까?
I wonder what it would take for you to believe us. As Arabella tilts her head slightly, I meet the gaze of her gently curved eyes. Arabella traces the tip of her index finger along her cheek and continues.
너희들이 찾는다던 연쇄살인범의 이름
The name of the serial killer you're looking for is
아네스 맞지?
Anise, correct? Did you know?
어둠 속에서 일어나는 범죄 중 내가 모르는 일은 없거든.
There isn't a crime that happens in the shadows that I don't know about.
아까도 말했다시피 나는 보석을 찾아준 사례를 하러 찾아왔을 뿐이야.
As I said before, I only came to offer my thanks for finding the jewels.
그러니 너희들에게 아네스에 관한 정보를 줄게. 어때?
So give you information about Anise. What do you say? With the chaos fog lifted, the view stretches wide and clear. Yet a deep shadow falls across Arabella's eyes as the gaze beneath that shadow flashes with an unsettling brilliance. Hilde shrinks back.
조심해 함장. 저 녀석 감이 안 좋아.
Watch yourself, Captain. That one. I've got a bad feeling.
거절해도 상관없어. 아쉬운 건 당신들일 테니까.
You're free to refuse. You'd be the ones losing out after all.
다만
However,
오늘이 아니면 블랙 스피커의 단장을 직접 만날 일은 없을 테니 잘 생각하라고.
if not today, you'll never get to meet the chance to meet the commander of Black Speaker in person. So think carefully. The nightmare is ongoing. Gorskill and Black Panther exchange words in the darkness.
별의 축복을 받은 시조가 있었다.
There were progenitors to receive a blessing from the stars.
독특한 생김새와 특별한 능력을 지녔던 그들은 저마다의 고유한 특질을 후손에게 물려주었다.
Bearing unique appearances and special abilities, each of them passed down the unique traits to their descendants.
별을 하나의 대지. 시조를 태초의 씨앗이라 한다면 오늘날엔 무수한 꽃과 과실이 온 대지를 풍성케 한다.
If the stars are a single expanse of earth, the progenitors are the priority of seeds, then today countless flowers and fruits enrich that earth in abundance.
이 시대의 꽃과 과실을 두고 우리는 스텔라 파밀리아라 부른다.
The flowers and fruits of this age are just what we call the Stella Familia.
어때? 대답이 되었을까?
Well, does that answer your question?
스텔라 파밀리아에 대한 질문은 그렇지.
As far as questions about the Stella Familia go, Yes.
블랙 스피커, 너희들은 검게 물들었다. 별의 축복을 받은 후예이면서도
Black Speaker. You have been stained black, even as descendants who received the star's blessing.
시조를 알면서 궤도를 이탈한 데에는 이유가 있었을 터.
Knowing the progenitors and yet straying from your orbit, there must have been a reason.
특질은 곧 천성. 타고나길 악한 자들에게 붙은 이름이 바로 블랙 스피커.
Traits are one's nature. The name given to those who are born wicked is none other than Black Speaker.
같은 대답을 기대했다면 미안하지만 이유는 없어. 난 그저 이끌리는 대로 움직이고 보여지는 대로 규정될 뿐.
I'm sorry if you were expecting a similar answer. But there's no reason. Simply move on as I am drawn, and am defined as I am seen.
당신도 마찬가지일 텐데.
The same is true of you.
처음엔 잃어버린 기억을 되찾으려 했어.
At first, I thought to reclaim my lost memories.
잃어버린 기억 대신 기억을 잃어야 했던 이유를 알아냈고, 이는 내가 제국의 궤도에서 이탈한 이유가 되었지.
In place of those lost memories, I uncovered why they had to be lost, and that became the reason I strayed from the Empire's orbit.
그렇다면 퍼스트 연쇄살인의 이유는?
Then, what is the reason behind the proto-serial
살인이 아니야.
killings? It isn't murder.
환원이다.
It is a return.
제국이라는 궤도에 구속된 채로 진실을 볼 수 없어. 나는 늘 그들에게 기회를 줬지만 끝까지 무지하더라고.
Found within the orbit called the Empire, one cannot see the truth. I always gave them a chance, but they remained woefully ignorant to the end.
깨달을 의지가 없는 자들은 빈 껍데기에 불과하니 가장 순수한 형태로 돌려놓아야지.
Those without the will to awaken are not empty shells. They must be returned to their most pure form.
버스트가 꽃과 과실이라면 우리를 틔운 씨앗은 카오스 핵. 자라난 대지는 혼돈 자체야.
The protos and flowers are fruits, and the seed that spread us is the chaos core, and the earth we grew up from is discord itself.
버스트가 카오스 핵과 융합하면 비로소 가장 순수하고도 원초적인 모습으로 돌아가거든. 테라시온에선 이를
When a protos fuses with the chaos core, it last returns to the most pure and primal form. This is called
프리모니움이라 이름 붙였지.
Primonium.
역시 넌 너무 많은 걸 알고 있어.
As I suspected, you know far too much.
그래서 널 찾아온 거잖아.
And that's why you came looking for me.
아는지 모르겠지만 블랙 스피커의 단장은 아무에게나 얼굴을 드러내지 않거든.
You may or may not know this, but the commander of Black Speaker doesn't show her face to just anyone.
내가 직접 관여하는 의뢰는 사안의 중대성이나 의뢰 보수 따위하고는 아무 관계없어.
Contracts I personally get involved in have nothing to do with the gravity of the matter or the reward offered.
그래. 내가 진정으로 원하는 건 모든 걸 깨달아 박제처럼 비어버린 몸을 채워줄 순수하고도 원초적인 원료.
What I truly desire is a pure and primal essence to this body, emptied like a taxidermied shell after having come to understand everything.
욕망이야.
Desire.
불순한 이유로군.
A corrupt motive.
욕망을 불순하게 만드는 건 도덕이야. 깨달은 이들은 통제와 억압이라 부르지.
It is morality that makes desire corrupt. Those who awaken call it control and suppression.
제국이라는 궤도에서 봤을 때 불순하고 불온한 건 피차 일반이잖아.
From the perspective of the Empire's orbit, both equally corrupt and subversive, aren't we?
목적은 달라.
Our purposes differ.
목표는 같지.
Our goals are the same.
만화경의 부화장. 그곳에서 네가 찾던 순수한 힘을 손에 넣을 수 있을 거야.
At the Kaleidoscope Hatchery, you'll be able to get your hands on the pure power you've been searching for.
나는 소실했던 욕망을 되찾아낼 거고.
And I will reclaim the desire I lost.
네 욕망은 관심 없어.
Your desires are none of my
그
concern.
대상이 퍼스트라고 해도
Even if the desire involves a Protoss?
결정은 내가 한다. 날 이용할 생각은 하지 마.
I make the decisions. Don't even think about using me.
괜찮아. 그래도 원하는 걸 취할 수 있으니까.
It's fine. I can still take what I want.
필요한 물건은 리시니아에게 준비시켜 둘게. 시간 맞춰 챙겨가.
I'll have Lucina prepare what you need. Make sure to pick it up on time.
시간,
Time.
퍼스트는
The Protoss.
나는
I
제국의 궤도에서 벗어나 태초의 혼돈으로 돌아가야만 한다.
must break free from the Empire's orbit and return to the primordial discord.
당신으로 말미암아 욕망하고 싶어. 나이트메어의 퍼스트.
It is through you that I wish to desire. Protoss of the SS Nightmare. Nightmare is ongoing. Man, I'm really messed up this week. I have to call it again here. Yeah. Rest some more. Try and see if I can start doing another stream on like Saturday. Make sure I get this all done. And then do chapter 3 of the first act on Wednesday. I've just been so busy that it's like I cannot stream for as long right now. Should be better started next week though. So this is a little short stream, just to finish up what I'd started. And we'll finish the narrative event next time. We'll start and finish the narrative event next time. So with that, take care, Protoss, and until 0 returns to 1. Make sure to keep informed on the lore and story of KS0 Nightmare. Keep her out.